Welcome back to the Top Prospect Podcast, an elite podcast. Today we have an exciting one for you. Besides our great backgrounds, by the way, love Eli Manning, Mad, Dalvin Cook, absolute stud, and Mel Kiper. Okay, we got a great one for you today. We have two mock drafts that we are going to analyze, and the funny part about it is these three haven't seen them yet. Only I have. But let me tell you, boys, I'm ready for some disagreements. So we're going to take them and we're going to look through them and we're going to give our opinions on them. So let's see what we have first. Okay, first one is by CBS. Sounds pretty reliable, right? All right, number one, they have Trevor Lawrence. I'm assuming we all agree with that pick.
Yes.
You know, it's close. I think that's the right call right there.
Number two, Zach Wilson. Pretty sure that's kind of been the consensus for the past.
Yeah.
I feel like it's changed so many times, though. Like, I see Justin Fields, but I believe Zach Wilson should be there.
Yeah, no, it switched for a while, but I feel like recently we've seen a lot of Zach Wilson at two. I feel like Zach Wilson's kind of secured that number two spot.
Yeah, he's the definite.
It's going to happen, but
now I think those two are almost one set in stone, but now it kind of gets interesting because there's a lot of speculation with this one. But CBS has number three, the 49ers taking Justin Fields. Bass, I know this one hits close to home. What are your thoughts?
I love that. I know Mac Jones' name's been thrown out for that number three pick. I just don't see it. I mean, he had all the talent in the world around him in Alabama, and he played really well there. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he's just going to be Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0. And Justin Fields brings dynamic playmaking to the table, which is something that could really help this offense. And I just think Justin Fields is a way better pick than Mac Jones for number three for us.
You know, I agree. And that's something I've said about Mac Jones for a while now, actually. And I think he's a great player. He obviously has some talent, but I've always seen him more as like a game manager and like a field general. Like if he has pieces around him, he's going to do his job to the best of its ability as a pocket passer. But I feel like when you're kind of high up in the draft like this, you need someone who's going to be a playmaker. And that's what I think Justin Fields offers as opposed to Mac Jones. I think if Mac Jones is in a good situation, he's got some talent around him, he has protection, I think he's going to go off and be a great quarterback. If he gets put into a team that's similar to what Joe Burrow went through with the Bengals, I don't see him having a very good result. But I think Justin Fields is the way to go. But I would like to point your attention to this right here, where it says from the analysis, it is likely that San Francisco does take Mac Jones, but I think there's an outside chance the 49ers go in another direction.
I hope they go in another direction.
I know I think we all kind of agree that we think Justin Fields should go here, but do you guys think that Mac Jones is going to be their guy? Like outside of what you want, do you think the Niners will take Mac Jones?
You know, the rumor was that Mac Jones for a little, like right as they traded for that pick, but I feel like the Mac Jones train kind of died down a little, and I feel like it's definitely in between Fields or Jones. But I feel like if they traded for the third pick, like why would they get Mac Jones? I feel like if they traded for a later pick, they could get Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Mac Jones would have been available at 12, but I mean, maybe I'm just crazy.
Nah, I don't think you're crazy.
So that draft, I think 2017, it was Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, and like it was someone else like good, and then it was Sam Darnold. I think Mac Jones is going to be the Sam Darnold of that draft.
You said Deshaun Watson.
You're way out of pocket with those, dude. The draft class you're talking about Mahomes, Trubisky, and Deshaun Watson. That was one. A whole other class,
bro.
Darnold, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson.
Bro, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're on the same stuff that scoreboard guy is on behind you with those Dalvin Cook stats.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm tripping. But yeah, I don't think Mac Jones is gonna be all that. Last time in Alabama, quarterback was actually like legit. I think with Joe Namath, which was like in the 90s.
Literally.
Don't disrespect AJ McCarron, dude. Come on.
I'm disrespecting. Where is he now?
Back up somewhere.
Yeah, no one knows.
All right,
So yeah, I'm not high.
This next pick has something that I cannot stand about mock
Oh,
drafts.
my favorite thing. Yes.
I'm going to hold my opinion back and I'm going to let you guys talk about this one. The number 4 pick no longer belongs to the Atlanta Falcons in CBS's eyes. It is a mock trade, the Denver Broncos, in which they trade up to get Trey Lance at 4. One, what are your thoughts on Trey Lance going that high / Denver going quarterback? And your opinion on mock trades as a whole, because Kosh, you go first.
Yes, I would love to go first. So you guys see my background? That's kind of my reaction to mock trades. I think the Broncos should give Drew Lock another chance. I feel like there are quarterbacks who have bad sophomore seasons, and just why get Trey Lance at number 4 where he will be available later on? I just feel like this would be a stupid trade for the Broncos to go up this high to get Trey Lance. I feel like they could definitely go back a little to get him, or even Mac Jones if they wanted to. But yeah, mock trades in general, though, I think it's just the like stupidest thing. If you're gonna do a mock draft, just do where the picks are. And like the original, whoever has the original pick just has their pick.
I agree. I hate them. It calls for nothing but speculation on the whole entire draft. Like, because this obviously shakes up the whole entire draft board. It really does. Because you have Trey Lance going there. Say there was a team, say Denver wanted Trey Lance at 9. Now you've just shaken everything up. And just if that trade doesn't happen, then this mock draft's just a waste. There's nothing good coming out of this.
Literally.
And
it's
like,
just for the clicks.
what if the odds that Denver actually trades up for? Has there been any talks about Denver trading up to go get a quarterback at all?
None that I've heard.
None that I've heard either. Like, who comes up with the idea of like, mock trade? Like, what are we gonna see a mock draft where the Patriots get Lawrence at 1? A mock trade. They give them the 15th and 30th, whatever. Like, I can't stand them. I hate them. They just
like what are they giving up in this trade? Like it doesn't say anything about.
No,
oh wait, it does.
Atlanta requires the number 9 pick. Number 9 could have been used on Trey Lance anyway, and the number 40 overall pick.
2 picks.
What?
Oh,
Like
9 and 40 for number 4.
Stupid.
Phil, you've been quiet. What do you think?
Well, I agree. They're dumb as hell because why would you do a mock trade if none of the teams even remotely show interest in trading their pick? And I don't know why they get a quarterback. Like it's way too early to give him a Drew Lock. Like, yeah, he's struggled.
Thank you, Phil.
But he hasn't had good weapons. He hasn't had good really anything in Denver, bro. Besides, say, what Philip Lindsay's his running back and his best receiver got hurt. And I don't know if he tore his ACL, Cortland Sutton. I don't know if he got hurt for the whole year, Cortland Sutton. So he hasn't had a whole lot of help. And I think getting quarterback here would not be a good pick for them.
See, I agree with you, Philip, yet I disagree. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Drew Lock. I don't think he's all that. I kind of disagree. I think he had enough weapons to do more than what he did. I'm not sold on him or anything, but I do agree that I think it's too early to give up on the project. I feel like Drew Lock was kind of, from the very beginning, they kind of knew he was a project quarterback. I feel like no one really said Drew Lock's going to come out and be a surefire starter. I mean, I think it's way too early to jump the gun. And it's not even like you're in a situation where it's like you need to flip your whole entire franchise at the moment and go like sell out for a franchise guy. That's just my opinion. But I mean, I don't think it's time to give up and go all in on a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think there's just so much hype after his rookie year. Like he played decent his rookie year. I just think there was so much.
Dude, Denver was gassing him up as in MVP talks this year.
Yeah. Like,
so that probably plays part in it too, but still.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
it's definitely disappointing. But
all right. Well, now we got that out of the way. We're going on to the next pick, which again has started to get kind of controversial, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think we all know the 2 names that have been tossed around with this pick. CBS right now has, I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. I'm just going to say Penei Sewell. I don't know how to say his last name, but regardless.
Hey, you tried.
Obviously, there's big rumors about whether they're going to go with him or if they're going to get Jamar Chase to team him up with Joe Burrow once again. What are your guys' thoughts on who they should take? And yeah, Phil, you start with this one.
I don't hate this pick. I really don't hate this pick at all. A huge reason for the Bengals failure is because Joe Burrow had no protection. And obviously, like, getting this guy won't like solve that problem, but it's surely gonna like help, like be like a nice like just a lineman to help protect Burrow. What I think they should do, I don't think they should get a wide receiver. I think the wide receivers last year were perfectly fine. Tyler Boyd, AJ Green was all right, but they were all right. It's not like that was the reason for their like failure. So I honestly do not hate this pick at all for the Bengals. And he's from Oregon, so.
Bash, your thoughts? You're giving a weird face right now.
I love the pick. And I think the description matches perfectly. Cincinnati does the right thing and has protection for Burrow. And they can totally address wide receiver at day 2. What I'm a little confused about is, Phil, why do you not hate this pick as opposed to like the pick or love the pick?
It's like, I don't know. It's like taking linemen this early. I'm just not a fan of that. Like, I don't know. Like,
Are you saying they could trade back and get him?
I feel like linemen aren't yet, kinda yes, but kinda no. It's like over the I don't want to word this. I don't want to say linemen are interchangeable, but I was watching like film on this guy.
I'm going to
And he
stop
looks-
right there. Linemen are not interchangeable. Did you not see what happened in the Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes had to play with 2 different linemen? Don't ever say linemen are interchangeable. Please don't. Now continue.
Lyman live, baby.
Sorry, Mr. Keeler. Anyway, I was watching film on this guy, and he looks great. Don't get me wrong, but picking him this high up is a huge risk. Personally, I think for me, I think they could have traded down and got him still, but taking him here, like I said, I don't hate it. Like if you surely want this guy, then like definitely snag him. But I think if you traded down or something, still get him.
Bass, I'm 100% with you. Go on.
This
Sorry.
kid's a stud. He's huge. He can play both tackle positions, and he's going to be big in being able to protect Joe Burrow. I love the pick, and this is who they should get. The Bengals don't have the best front office, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took Chase, but Sewell is who they should take.
Sewell, that's how you say it. Bass, I agree with you. I love the pick. I think, Joe Burrow got absolutely wrecked all season long. And, I kind of missed a lot of NFL games this past season because of work, but on NFL Network the other day was the Browns versus Bengals game. And watching that, dude, Joe Burrow gets absolutely destroyed so many plays. And it's like, what's the point of having a good receiver if you can't even get a throw off because you're getting rocked? And, when I think of the whole lineman thing, especially drafting them early, Phil, one quote that's always stuck with me, and I don't know why, but in the movie The Blind Side, when they talk about how, the blind side tackle's always like the second highest paid position. And they say, because as every housewife knows, your first check is for the mortgage and your second one's for the insurance. You've got Joe Burrow. Now you have to insure him and protect him. So, especially coming off an injury too. I mean, again, I'm on the side of injuries tend to be freak accidents, but a lot of people say that like the injury wouldn't have happened if you had protection, which to a certain degree you could argue, but overall, I don't think I would support that argument totally. But I think this is 100% the correct pick, and I hate the speculation that they would even get Jamar Chase. I don't like. You even said it, Phil. Their receivers, obviously, they're not the greatest, but I mean, it's plenty to work with in the direction of building the program up. And I think if you can't protect your franchise guy, it's going to be a long couple of years. Any other thoughts on the Bengals before we go on?
They're in a similar situation as Seattle is with a stud quarterback and just absolutely no protection for him, which risks injury. Knock on wood, I'm still surprised Russ Wilson has not been injured yet with how many times he scrambles out of the pocket. So and Joe Burrow does the same. He scrambles out of the pocket a lot because he has no time to like make a play or do anything. So I think this pick. I'm starting to think of it more. I like this pick's just better. I think I changed my mind.
They still have playmakers in Cincinnati. They have Tyler Boyd, and now they also have Higgins on the outside. Like those are two guys that'll go make plays for you, and then hopefully Mixon can turn around at running back. So go get Sewell.
All right, next we're going on to the Miami Dolphins.
A real trade with the
They
Eagles.
traded up for this pick, right?
Yeah, this was a real trade, not a mock trade cost.
Mhm.
This one has them taking Kyle Pitts. Anyway, what are people's thoughts on this one?
Weird.
Don't they still have Gesicki?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't they have a solid tight? Yeah, they have a solid tight end already.
Gesicki's great, and Kyle Pitts is versatile. Like you can put him out wide and stuff, but it's still a weird fit because they're gonna have to get really creative with how they use both those guys. I don't know. I think they would be better off going for a receiver like a Jamar Chase or Jalen Waddle here.
I agree.
Agree with that one.
Even though I love Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they should go a receiver here. I feel like their tight ends are more set than their receivers. I feel like their only real good receiver is Devontae Parker. And even that, I just feel like they need a receiver more than a tight end.
I agree. And this is kind of where we get back into the mock trades being ridiculous because I feel like a lot of mock drafts I've seen at least tend to have Kyle Pitts kind of going in that 4 spot to Atlanta. And you make a mock trade because you just decide, screw it, mock trade. And
Yes.
now we have a situation where the Dolphins are taking Pitts. Now, I don't totally hate the pick because it is an offensive weapon and Pitts can kind of go out wide, but I think Bass put it perfectly. He said it's just a weird pick. It's a weird fit for them. Especially where, there has been speculation about Pitts playing more of a receiver position because of his size and his speed and everything. But I don't know. I agree. It's a weird pick.
Would they run a 2 tight end thing like the Patriots with Pitts and Gesicki?
Maybe if they draft Pitts, that's what they have in plan. We don't know. Maybe that is their plan, and we're just overlooking this. But I think at the moment, it looks like a weird fit.
They're going to have to get really creative with either 2 tight end sets or putting one of them out wide or just mixing them in pretty often. But I don't know. I just still think it's kind of weird when they have other holes.
I feel like they can get a wide receiver later though. They don't need to draft a receiver this high.
That's true. There are some good playmakers that'll fall out of the first round.
I don't know. I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either.
Yeah. All right. So next we have another trade.
Or
Yeah.
what?
Oh, with the Lions.
Mock trade between Phil's Lions and the Patriots, our Patriots. Mock trade in which the New England Patriots take Mac Jones at 7. New England does not believe it is far away from competing this season. A reliable quarterback might be the difference in contention and another disappointing season. Jones is the 5th and final quarterback among those expected to be taken in the first round.
Wait, can I pause real quick? So what was the Patriots' original pick?
15.
So they trade from the 15th pick to the 7th pick to take Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, because why not? Because why not?
CBS for you, bro.
Yeah. No, it makes sense because clearly all the teams behind them are in desperate need and want to draft Mac Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But all the teams 7 through 15. Sure. I
That's
don't know
so
if much
bad.
needs to be said about this pick. I think the only question I'd ask is not even just in this situation with the 7th pick, 15th pick, whatever. Should the Patriots target a quarterback in this draft?
Yes, but should not give up assets to go get one. Because I think they could get they could get a quarterback, one of these 5 quarterbacks at 15. And I'm saying right now that there will not be 5 quarterbacks taken in the first 7 picks or even the top 10. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I think Bash, you kind of put that perfectly, honestly. That's Patriots should get one just to kind of build up the quarterback room. I mean, what are we down to? Cam Newton, Jarrett Stidham, and Brian Hoyer. Yeah.
You know, if we really wanted to get Mac Jones at 15, like, okay, whatever, but we should not trade up to get Mac Jones. I think that's terrible.
Hey, the Niners might have traded up to 3 to get him. So
Maybe.
all right, next we're going on to a team that for a long time looked like they were gonna go quarterback with this pick, but they now have the Ghostbuster Sam Darnold in town. Yes, we're talking about the Carolina Panthers, who
Ghostbusters.
Jamar Chase with the 8th pick.
I actually like this pick.
Honestly, Phil, I like the pick a lot too. I really do.
Yes, they need receivers. They just lost Curtis Samuel.
Carolina is kind of a team that I feel like we talked about in another episode, how the Panthers need to get a quarterback, and they really do. And they have a pretty solid team around them if they can get a quarterback. Maybe Darnold's their guy, maybe there's not, but they seem to be giving him a chance. I think he has a much better opportunity here to flourish. And you go get him a guy like Jamar Chase.
I want to see how he does in a more functional offense, which I believe the Panthers are a more functional offense than the Jets.
Some more
And
fun.
he has a reliable running back and hopefully more reliable wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCaffrey's going to be back, so that's definitely going to help out.
Going to be interesting to see Jamar Chase, if this pick gets made, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, and Robbie Anderson fight for touches, though, with average to below average quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, I agree. It could definitely be like a risk. But I mean, I think the reason Carolina traded for Sam Darnold, they obviously believe in him to a certain extent. They really think that they can turn his career around. They've seen, I think we've all seen it. Sam Darnold definitely has shown that like he has some talent. He just hasn't really transformed it to the NFL game much, which I think we can all agree. Part of it goes to the team he was playing for. So, I mean, Carolina, my guess with this pick is that they are pretty high on Sam Darnold, and now they're just trying to get him weapons to see what he can do. I mean, worst case, failed experiment, they get back to the drawing board for quarterback, but I agree it would be interesting to see how they do with average, below average quarterbacks, but I think it's the right pick for the situation.
They still have the XFL quarterback, right? Like something Walker, PJ
Oh,
Walker.
yeah, they do.
All right, next we have the recipient of the 9th overall pick from the Denver Broncos in the CBS mock trade. The Atlanta Falcons trade back to 9 to get their guy, Rashawn Slater.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we also like this pick. Pretty good pick.
But I like the pick.
I was hoping they wouldn't draft wide receiver, and that's good.
I mean, I could also see Atlanta going corner with either Farley or Surtain. But this is a team that just has so many holes. And O-line is going to be one of them. And Slater is going to be a pretty good guy. He's pretty versatile, and I like this pick from Atlanta.
Same here. He's a 300-pound machine. Let's go.
All right, we're going to go on to the last pick we're going to look at for this mock draft, because we're just going to do the top 10 from the
Callus.
The Callus down.
the Dallas Cowboys, them boys.
Y'all still them boys?
Patrick Surtain. Thoughts
They
on
definitely need defense.
Love it.
Yeah, I think they need everything just about now.
Oh, defense is horrible.
Defense. Yes.
Yes, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yes. I like that.
And I think they put it here pretty well. Surtain's a safe pick for Dallas defense because, he's going to be able to get in and get some reps. Cornerback's kind of a position I feel that, like, it's easier to translate your game from college to the NFL.
That's incorrect.
Yeah. That's no.
Just after the Lions drafted last year.
I think it takes a couple years for corners to adjust.
Yeah, no, I think it takes years because you're adjusting to different receivers, routes, and stuff. But I mean, overall, it's kind of like you're not. How do I explain it? It's not like you're going into like brand new systems. For the most part, your role, like the job that you do, the task you do, is pretty much the same. If you know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
Rip.
I feel like there haven't been too many young corners that have just come into the league and dominated, with the exception of Jalen Ramsey.
Well, I mean, it's not even like dominating. I mean, there are how many cornerbacks that are wicked good. They do their job, but it's not like they absolutely dominate and make a huge difference in the game. And another reason I think it's a safe pick is just because of how like bad their defense has been. I mean, I think it's clear that he's going to get some playing time very early in his career, and he's going to have an opportunity to make a name for himself.
Yeah, it's definitely a safe pick.
I would watch him for defensive player of the year or defensive rookie of the year. Sorry, not defensive player of the year.
You boy.
It's going to be interesting who gets picked first, either Surtain or Farley, though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, real quick, can you scroll down my lines? I just want to see who they have us taking.
Of course you do. Jalen Waddle.
Oh, let's
Okay,
go.
a weapon
I
for
like
Goff.
that, bro. Let's go. Nice.
go.
Lions have just no receiving anymore, so I love that.
Phil,
No, they have nothing. No,
Lions up.
Phil, this is not.
Nothing.
They have nothing.
Hope you know that.
Huh?
I hope you know this is not happening because it's the result of a.
Oh, I know.
Patriot.
So I'm hoping we get Chase instead of Waddle.
That's a dub, though. If they can trade down and get Waddle, that'd
Yeah.
be a dub.
Mm.
But mock trades are still dumb.
Yes.
It's CBS, bro. Come on.
All right. Well, shout
Come
out
on
to
now.
Josh Edwards.
Oh, Josh.
All right. We're going to go on to the
Joshy.
next mock draft. This one's by Sporting News. Never heard of them a day in my life, but beyond the point.
Look at the
Oh,
bro.
John, read the caption. Read the
Look at
caption.
the title, bro.
Yeah, read the
Come on.
title.
Complete 7-round edition pairs.
Oh,
Patriots, Bears, Washington with new quarterbacks after top picks.
Oh, yes.
I might,
I'm
have,
Predicting
assuming
some
the
mock
Patriots-
trades.
mock
The Patriots
trades.
traded up,
I have
bro.
not really looked that much. I mainly looked at the CBS one, and I kind of forget where this one goes.
Sporting News.
All right. Number 1, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yes.
Yes.
Jets. Oh, I already went too far. Jets, Zach Wilson. And
We
we
got
got
Mac Jones.
San Fran, Mac Jones. Oh,
Bass, how we feeling?
John Lynch, I'm talking directly to you.
Listen up,
Please
buddy.
do not take Mac Jones at number 3. Thank you.
yeah, I think enough's been said about the Mac Jones 3 talk.
Yeah.
Number 4, we still have the Atlanta Falcons. Who are they taking? They're taking Trey Lance.
Or
Ooh.
4.
Why?
where's Justin Fields?
Justin Fields is still on the board after 4 picks.
Yikes.
Bill, I
Why
think
would they
you
take a
summarized it
quarterback?
pretty well. Why? Why? I have no clue. Speaking of Lance, he didn't operate from new offensive-minded head coach Arthur Smith's playbook on his pro day by accident. The Falcons are set to stash this youngster to succeed Matt Ryan in 2022.
So they're gonna take him to bench him.
Yes.
I
They
all
take
right,
number 4 overall pick.
That Jordan Love tree right there, bro.
Matt Ryan. A one-day
it's not terrible. Obviously, Trey Lance is going to be a project when he gets into the NFL, and I don't think he's going to be ready day one, no matter what team he goes to.
I don't think he's going to be ready year 1. I
I,
think he's the
I
kind of guy
agree.
that needs
unless
to
under
also.
certain circumstances, but I agree with that. But Atlanta's going to be so bad next year if they do this, though,
Yeah.
because this team has so many holes.
Yeah.
Their
I
whole
mean, Matt
defense
Ryan's
is-
still good.
Matt
I would say
Ryan,
good.
Solid. He's
uh,
solid. He's solid.
Solid.
He's solid. He has the potential to still be good, but
Matt Ryan's the most sackable quarterback in the league. And
Yeah.
you don't get any O-line help. You don't get anybody on defense. You don't get it's nothing like no running back. It's bad.
Yeah.
It'd be a good
I
move to
don't-
the future, but they'd be horrible next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is a kind of a premature pick at the quarterback position. Like, I feel like it's not the direction the Falcons need to head at the moment. I mean, I think there's so many holes to fill that you can kind of start to pick at before you get a true direction about where you're going as a team. But instead, they're taking a project quarterback that's going to sit on the, how do I say it?
At 4 too.
I feel like in top 4, you need to draft someone that's going to like at least have a chance to get on the field. Somebody you expect is going to make an impact from day one. I mean, you know what? I don't know. I don't even know what to say, really.
Especially with Justin Fields on the board.
Yeah, that too. That's another problem. In and
I
of
don't like that.
Well, Falcons continue to choke. What can we say? Number 5, they once again get it right with Sewell. You hear that one?
Well, my boy Swell.
My boy Swell, absolute beast. Doesn't get interesting yet. Miami Dolphins taking Jamar Chase. I think that kind of fits more what we talked about last one as far as receiver over Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah, they should.
They argue this one. The Detroit Lions keep the 7th pick. They get Devontae Smith.
Roll Lions.
See, bro, I'm gonna be real. Like Smith, Chase, and Waddle. I would not mind if they got any of them. They all just look insane. But like, I don't know, bro. Devontae Smith is just a bunch of question marks around him. Like, obviously in college he was insane, but it's like he is so skinny that I don't know. He's insane though.
See, I don't know. I agree with you. He is really skinny. And I think football is kind of one of those sports where like your attributes or your characteristics as far as like your size, your weight, your strength, like they do make a big impact into your play, especially when you're at a level like this. But I mean, we saw what he did on the college field. Like he still has the ability to dominate. I mean, and the last time we kind of heard a lot of question marks around a wide receiver that had a lot of like hype behind him, it was DK Metcalf because they said he couldn't run routes and he was just too big. Obviously, completely different situation for sure. But I mean, I'm a believer in Devontae Smith is basically what I'm getting at. I am.
I like
I
it.
understand the question marks out of teams. Yes, obviously. I mean, they don't want a kid who looks like a twig, but I mean, he's proven on like the highest level that he can perform. So, Phil, I'll tip my cap. Great job, Lions. But I also they did great last year. And
Okay, bro.
you say
In my-
or okay?
No, not in my defense. In Jeff Okuda's defense, they put him on the best wide receivers. He had to cover Adam Thielen,
Oh yeah, no, I agree. He got
Devontae Adams,
got a
and
challenge right away.
Allen Robinson, like 2
Twice
times
a year. Yep.
Like, that's tough, bro.
No, I agree. I'm still a believer in him. I think he's got some. I think
I
he
like it.
still has some promise.
I hope he does.
But the Lions still suck anyway. So on to pick number 8. Pick number 8.
Wait, time to roast them.
Still not a mock trade yet.
Whoa.
We got Caleb Farley going to Carolina with the 8th pick.
That's interesting.
I think it's interesting, but I kind of love the pick at the same time.
Now it's interesting
it.
that the Panthers would target a defensive player after they took a defensive player every pick last year. But I still like this move because they still have good receivers. And then McCaffrey's coming back too, which is really going to help Sam Darnold because it looks like they're going to be picking him over Bridgewater. So I like going to beef up the defense.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Caleb Farley is an absolute stud. I watching him play, watching his highlights, he's like, wow, this kid can play. And I hope he does in the NFL. I really do. And I think Carolina is going to be a fun team to watch. Maybe not next year, but in the future. And obviously it depends on the fate of Sam Darnold for sure. But I think they're definitely going to be a team to watch. Not watch for contention, but like, keep an eye over.
Yeah.
Fun.
They'll
young
be good
team.
eventually.
It'll be fun to see them grow is pretty much what I'm getting at.
Mhm.
Because I think they are in a pretty good situation overall.
So would you say that they should take him over Patrick Surtain? because they're both corners. I haven't seen Caleb Farley's highlights. I don't know how good he is.
Surtain and Farley are just like I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I really don't in this spot. I think they could both go at this spot, and I wouldn't be able to argue it. Now, Surtain, I think his advantage is Surtain's from Alabama. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, he's playing like SEC football. He's playing against these top receivers. I think he had greater competition in college than Caleb Farley. But Caleb Farley's, I think, just as good as him.
Isn't Virginia Tech in the ACC with Clemson?
ACC, yeah. So they still get
They
Clemson.
still play comp, yeah.
Yeah, they still have competition. That's why I'm okay with Farley going. It's not like he's playing some no-name conference against no-name teams.
Yeah.
He still gets his fair share of competition for sure.
I hear you.
All right, we move on to number 9. The Denver Broncos do not trade the pick this time. They take Justin Fields. Number 9, Justin Fields.
Okay.
We kind of judged the Broncos trading up to get Trey Lance in the last one. What are our thoughts on this one?
If Justin Fields is available at 9 for Denver, I think they'd be dumb not to take him. I'm not as high on Drew Lock as you guys seem to be, and I really don't think he's going to be the answer. So I think Justin Fields would be great for this organization.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not too high on, like I said, I'm not too high on Drew Lock. I personally don't like him, but I do think it's too early to give up on him. I think he did show some potential, and it could just be sophomore slump. But if Justin Fields is available at 9, like, come on. Honestly, I think Carolina should consider Justin Fields at 8 if he's there, even though they got Darnold.
That's bold.
That's bold, but like,
They just traded for a quarterback and want them to draft another quarterback when they
That's
also
bold.
have Teddy
no,
Bridgewater.
I don't think that should be like their go-to. But I mean, if you have someone like Justin, I mean, dude, for a while, Justin Fields was talked about as being like legit in competition for the number 1 pick. Obviously, Lawrence always had the advantage, but he was legit up there. And if he's available at 8, I would consider it. I wouldn't be mad if they passed him up, but I think that should definitely be on their radar. Like, do we go for this?
Yeah, just a consideration.
For sure. I mean, if he's there at 9, yeah, I agree with that. I think they'd be stupid to pass him up. I think he obviously say what you want about Ohio State quarterbacks, but I think Justin Fields can do a lot of good things on the field. Agreements, disagreements, Philip and Koss?
I mean,
You can go. You can go.
all right. I mean, yeah, if Justin Fields is up there at 9, I think they should take him. I agree with what you're saying, John, how it's maybe a little too early to give up on Drew Lock. But like Justin Fields at 9, I feel like they should go for it if he's up there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, it all depends on how not attached, but like how like much the Broncos really trust Drew Lock to
How committed are
make
they
them
to him as their long-term?
exactly like if they believe in him, then obviously you don't need to draft Justin Fields. But him flipping to number 9, I think you should definitely take him.
All right, we get on to our last pick of the Sporting News mock draft.
Okay.
Again, not a mock trade. They hit it out of the park with this one.
I like this one better. No mock trades.
I don't like Justin Fields at 9, but I appreciate
Yeah.
the Dallas Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain at number 10.
Yeah, we already covered that, but yeah.
Yeah, the other mock draft had them at 10. I think we all kind of agree that's a good pick for them. Yeah. Any other thoughts? If you guys want me to scroll down further, I can a little bit.
Can we check who the Patriots take?
I'm assuming Jones, right? Oh, Kyle Pitts at 12.
Mac Jones is gone in this mock draft.
Micah Parsons.
I've seen this been thrown around for a little bit. I like it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be able to
That
argue it.
linebacker.
Didn't
mean,
Hightower retire, right?
No, Hightower didn't.
Or he's still there?
Chung is the one who retired from the whole.
Chung, okay, I was.
Hightower didn't retire.
He just didn't play last year because of COVID.
COVID, yeah.
He can be really good, Micah Parsons, but I believe he just has off the field issues.
Oh, that's great.
So John, you scrolled real quick, but the 13th pick Chargers, can you go to that real quick? I think Jalen Waddle going to the Chargers is going to help them so much. Because
Honestly,
obviously,
yeah.
Keenan Allen's obviously their guy. But Keenan Allen, like, he's had his struggles, but he's still an insane wide receiver. And they still have Mike Williams, but having like another fast receiver like Jalen Waddle line up on the field with them, I think it's going to help Herbert.
Especially when Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are pretty injury prone receivers.
Also true.
So it helps to go get another guy, another dynamic playmaker.
Yeah, I agree 100% with this pick. I think that'd be huge if they could get someone like Jalen Waddle. I mean, I think we talked about it a lot last year during the season. Like, Chargers are probably one of the best under 500 teams in the league last year. I mean, they were in every single game, and it's just realistically, I think it's just Herbert's age and experience kind of showed. Like, he just wasn't ready for the huge moments overall. But I think Herbert shows obviously a lot of promise, and if you can get him another weapon on the field with him,
That'd be huge.
that would be huge for him.
Justin Herbert got so much hate pre-draft because people thought he would be a bust. But like, if you watched how he
I was on
played,
the train. I really was. I wanted.
yeah, I know a lot of people were, and like, I can see why, but like, it's just like his decision making on the field, like it was good in college, but it's improved so much in the NFL, and that's why he was so successful.
I mean, I think a big fear with him was just like, I mean, he played for Oregon. It's not like he was like playing for some crazy program, and it's not like he was ever like, how do I put this correctly? Like, he wasn't like out there making crazy plays. He wasn't out there like putting up like crazy this and crazy that. Like, he was just kind of like average quarterback. No, I shouldn't say average. He was obviously wicked good, but I mean, he didn't do anything special to make him shine over others. And I mean, there was some question obviously about his size. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's how tall?
Like 6'4".
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Is he not? I thought
I
he's
think
tall.
he's a typical size quarterback.
Yeah.
6'4",
Is he not
6'3".
6'4"?
I think it wasn't something about his mobility
Mobility. That's what I meant. Then.
or like in the pocket.
Yes, it was that he couldn't make plays out of the pocket. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. He's 6'6".
This was so. Is he really that tall?
Exactly what you want from a quarterback.
Jeez, I'm way out of it tonight, dude. I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, I thought Justin Herbert wouldn't have been a terrible guy, but I wasn't on the train. Good for him. Hats off to him. He's playing out of his mind. Any other thoughts out of you guys between the mock drafts? What you want to see in the draft? Who knows? Anything you guys want to talk about?
John,
Give
can I
that.
make a bold take right here, right now?
Get the cameras ready.
Of course you can. What would you say? Because the cameras are on.
They are on.
Hey. Okay, catch me in 4K, please. I hope so.
Okay, I'm on it.
So it may take a season or two for him to develop, but I fully believe that Justin Fields will be a better quarterback than Zach Wilson.
Okay. That I'll give you. I really thought you were gonna say Trevor Lawrence, and I was gonna. That's where I thought that was going. You know what, Bass? Honestly, I can see why that is a bold take in a way, because Zach Wilson has, like, as far as a prospect goes, he has like shown that he is. I don't even know what I'm saying, dude. I'm way out of it tonight. Yeah. No, Zach Wilson has kind of shown this whole process between his pro days, his combines, and everything, that like he definitely is the better prospect than Justin Fields, I think. But I don't think that takes into account like how much more successful Justin Fields was in college. And I think Justin Fields is just as skilled as him, just as talented. And yeah, I could see it happening 100%. I don't think it's as bold as people would think.
Can I ask a quick question just for everyone?
Let's hear
Do you
it.
guys think that obviously last year Herbert won offensive rookie of the year? Do you think a quarterback will get it again this year, or do you think it'll be a wide receiver or running back?
See, I don't know. This is a very talented wide receiver class and quarterback class. Running back, I mean, there's definitely some talent, but I don't know if there's anyone that's I mean, we could have shockers for sure, but
Like a skill guy that's gonna shock people and do good, like Herbert or Jefferson.
Yeah.
Everson almost got it.
Devontae
like to-
Smith.
I think Devontae Smith will be either really good or like not really good. I don't want to say really bad because he probably won't be really bad, but yeah.
I think Devontae Smith's gonna be wicked good. I think he's gonna shine his freshman year. I think he's always been known as a wicked hard worker, someone who always went in to give everything. And I think he has a huge chip on his shoulder because of these doubts. He definitely hears the noise, and I think he's one of the guys that just gets motivated by that, and he definitely has the skill set to compete. So I think he's gonna be wicked good, especially in his freshman year, rookie year. Wow, oh my lord,
You're bugging.
I'm bugging real
He
bad.
is, bro. He wants them wings.
I'm so hungry right now. All right. Anything else from you boys?
No.
Nothing. All right. Well, if that is the case, and that is going to conclude the Top Prospects podcast analysis on these two mock drafts. Please comment down below. Comment on our TikToks. Anything. What do you guys think about these mock drafts as a whole? Who do you think's going to go in those, I don't know, 4 through 7 spots? That seems to be where controversy tends to stir. And lastly, what's your opinion on mock trades? Please tell me you guys hate them as well. Beyond the point. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. It's wing
Thank
time.
you so much
Please
for all your
subscribe.
support. We appreciate everyone who comments, likes, does everything to our videos. We love you all.
Thank you, guys.
Especially recently on TikTok. I mean, I feel like we've gotten quite a bit of support from you guys as far as commenting with ideas and stuff, and just giving us feedback, clowning some of our takes at Philip. No shocker though. But no, we appreciate it. We'd love to have more connection with the community for sure.
Thank you, guys.
Also, real quick, for our TikToks, we're probably gonna post. We're posting every single day on our TikToks. Like, we're gonna do NBA like every single slate of games where one of us is gonna give our opinions, like who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, stuff like that. So please check that out, especially. But also, yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Anchor, Spotify, all of that. We love doing this. Love your support. We're all family here.
And
Phil, that was so sweet.
It was
Thanks,
very
bro.
cool. Disclaimer, I am kind of the main guy running TikTok, as in when I comment back on your guys' comments, it's usually going to be John's opinion going through with it.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind when I comment back a clown emoji or a cap emoji. I will take full responsibility. I take full blame. But that is going to wrap up the show podcast. Wow. The podcast for the night. Thank you so much, like we said. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.